Well, school's almost over, and I may be seeing some of you for the very last time. Some of you, the graduating seniors in particular, are moving on with their lives into a bigger world. And all of you, at some point, are going to do the same. And I wish you all good fortune and great lives from the very bottom of my heart. I didn't become a teacher to make sure that you guys knew math. I wanted to be a teacher because some of my teachers meant something very special to me. They helped me in a way that no one else could and taught me things that I use every single day in my life. Even the bad teachers, the ones that I hated, made an impact on me that turned me into the person that I am today. I'm sure that I have many students that will regard me as probably one of the worst teachers that they've ever had or their least favorites for their entire lives. I hope, though, that many of you will remember me as a teacher who cared, because I do. I care for all of you, and I'm gonna miss you guys, even when I can't remember your names. I did not want to teach math. I love it. I love math, but those virtues that I wrote on the side of my whiteboard, that's what I wanted to teach. I wish that I could teach those things. You see, math is not the most important thing, and there are several different ways of being smart. If I've ever made you feel dumb because you didn't understand the math in my class, I'm sorry. I apologize. I never wanted that for you. My goal was to encourage all types of goodness. If you grasped the material quickly and you had a gift for math, well, I was happy to reward that. But I also wanted to reward a good work ethic, integrity, and kindness, honesty. I wanted to support you in theater and in choir and in football and basketball and strutters, and I think I did the best I could. I wish I could have done more. And whenever I wasn't seeing those good qualities in you, I wasn't trying to belittle you. I was trying to encourage you to grow in those areas because I wanted you to take something valuable away from my class. And math is not going to be that valuable thing for many of you. And that's okay. But everyone can use virtue. Everyone can learn the lesson of being a good person, and that will help everyone. It will help the world. I don't know everything, and I don't know if I had the skill to communicate that desire to you, the longing to see you all grow into the best people you could be. I hope you saw that in me, though. And if you didn't, I hope you see it now. And if you don't see it now, I hope that you see it one day. I hope I made a positive difference in your life, and I hope that you go on to make a positive difference in the lives of others. There was an old show I used to watch as a kid called Boy Meets World. In that show was a grumpy old teacher named Mr. Feeney who was always a support for and sometimes an antagonist towards the main characters, his students. But he was in every episode, and in almost every episode, he had something valuable to teach his students, something very important. And at the end of the series, after 7 long years of teaching them and watching them grow, well, his students, they asked him, "We wanted to know if you had anything left to teach us." And he responds, "Believe in yourselves. Dream. Try. Do good." And then one of his students speaks up and says, "Don't you mean do well?" to try and correct his grammar. And he says, "No, no. I mean do good." You see, what he meant was that doing well is just being successful. Doing good is helping others, loving others, becoming a better person. And that's what truly matters. Much more than graduating college or getting a good job or being accomplished, whatever that means. I guess there's just one thing left then. All of his students continued. Tell us you love us. Mr. Feeney responds, look, if there's one thing I've taught you, it's that there's a line between teacher and student that can never be crossed. Tell us you love us, they say. And he refused. He wouldn't say it. Regardless, each one of his students approach him in turns. I will never forget you, one of his students says. Another one comes up. You never gave up on me. Never once. Another one approaches. I don't know what's going to happen to me, but I'm going to be a good person, and I blame you for that. You'll always be with us for as long as we live. After all of this, they leave the room, and Mr. Feeney, he looks around this now empty classroom, and he says to the desks where his students were once sitting, I loved you all. Class dismissed. And that's when the show fades to black. It's the end of the show. That scene, I think that scene changed something in me. And I know that I had always wished that he had told them to their faces. For them and for him. Now, I can't pretend to be that teacher. I am not Mr. Feeney, and I haven't had the opportunity with so many of you. But I don't want to leave those words left unsaid. So everyone, on your last day, when the bell rings at the end of your last class with me, even if I don't mention it, I'd just like to say, I love you all. Class dismissed. Have a good life, guys. I wish you all the best.